y'all. So here is your second treat for the evening. That low carb pizza, let me tell you, it went in and out just like that. Everybody in the family loved it. Now we know we need to make 2 of them the next time we make it because it was delicious. So now it's time for a dessert, and I'm going to be making cream cheese swirl brownies. So you know those brownies that you can get with like the cream cheese or cheesecakey type of top? That's what I'm doing. But I'm gonna skip a couple of steps and make it really easy for us tonight, and I'm going to use the Good D's chocolate brownie mix. You can pick this mix up at Strong Pour or Wellness District. Remember, we are still there offering curbside delivery and pickup of groceries, and this is one of the items that you can pick up there. This mix is amazing. It's super easy. All it calls for is the mix, a couple of eggs, and some butter. That's it. Taste, I can't wait to taste them. Honestly, this is the first time that I've made these. I saw the inspiration recipe on Pinterest this morning, and I'm like, I can do that. I got Good D's brownie mix. So that's what we're gonna do. So how we're gonna start out with this, the family took a vote and they voted for fudgy brownies versus cake-like brownies, and they have the instructions for either on the back of the bag. And we're gonna make the fudgy brownies. So we're gonna crack our eggs here. We're only using 2 eggs for the fudgy brownies. And then we are going to put a full ½ cup of butter, or 1 stick of melted butter, into the eggs. Get all the goodness. Of course, you can use the unsalted butter so that we're not adding any salty flavor to the mix. And now we're going to add in our brownie mix. There we be. You can, because the butter is melted, you can combine this with your spatula. You don't have to get the hand mixer. The hand mixer is out for the cream cheese swirl part of the program here. So we're just going to put this all together. You want to preheat your oven at 350 degrees, and these brownies, once they're all put together, are going to bake for about 22 to 25 minutes depending on how your oven bakes. But for ours, I'm thinking it's going to be around 22. Our oven gets a little hot. So this is all nice in and incorporated. And now we are going to pour it into our baking pan. I'm using an 8x8 glass baking pan. If you have a pan, an 8x8 pan is what is going to make the serving sizes accurate based off of what I'm giving you tonight. But of course, if you want to use a bigger pan, you certainly can. You'll have to adjust your baking time though, because when you spread it out further, they're going to bake faster and you could dry them out, or they could get hard and crunchy on you. So if you don't want hard and crunchy brownies, I certainly wouldn't. I would make sure that we stick with a smaller pan size. And we'll get this all out here. I did grease the pan with a little bit of spray olive oil. There we go. Nice and even in our pan. Perfect. So step 1 of this process is now complete. And we're gonna set this aside, and we're going to now start on the cream cheese swirl part of the brownie that we're doing. And so I've got my stuff right here. So for the cream cheese swirl, we need an entire brick of cream cheese. Soften it. It has been setting out for a couple of hours, so you're going to want to soften this cream cheese. We're going to take 1 egg and crack that in here. Our softened cream cheese, a 1/4 of a cup of the monk fruit sweetener. You can use any type of sweetener. You can use Swerve, you can use your stevia, your Truvia, and of course add it into your taste. Sometimes recipes with sweeteners will say use 1/2 cup. If you're not familiar with the sweetener, I would suggest that you add a little bit, taste the batter. If you're like, okay, a little bit more, add it in, because sometimes they can get really, really sweet. I know stevia for me is way sweet, and so when I use stevia, I use very little of it. But I really do like this monk fruit with erythritol blend. It is supposed to be equal equivalents to regular sugar, so if a recipe calls for 1 cup sugar, you would put 1 cup of the monk fruit, and it's supposed to be a similar sweetness. And now our pure vanilla extract, about 1/2 teaspoon. And now we're gonna blend this together with our hand mixer. Start out low, remember, so we're not splattering around all over everything. And then we're gonna increase it. And you're gonna mix this until all is nice and smooth. There we go, very good. I love cream cheese. It is one of my personal favorite healthy fats. I could eat it by the brick. I'm not kidding, but I don't. So now we're going to take our cream cheese mixture and we are going to put blobs of the cream cheese mixture on top of the brownie mix. Probably made more of the cream cheese mixture than what we actually really need for the little pan of brownies. But if you made two bags of the brownie mix, then you would have plenty of the cream cheese mixture for 2 sets of the brownie. And then you're gonna take a knife and you're just going to swirl this or cut the cream cheese so that it makes a marbled appearance into the brownies. And you can cut it this way, and that's what gives it that really pretty top when you take it out of the oven, is all the little swirly designs that you're making here. And it's just cutting the cream cheese into the brownie mix. There we go. Again, making sure everything is even so that we're not having uneven brownies. And then just for fun, I'm adding some of our Choc Zero chocolate chips just to really give it that extra chocolatey goodness here, and just sprinkling those in on the top. Now if you want to push them into the batter, you can certainly just run your knife into the batter, or you can add it into the chocolate batter itself when you are making the brownies out of the package. Either way, there's no rhyme or reason to it, whatever your preference is. So there we go, all ready to go. And now I'm gonna pop it into the oven and we're gonna bake it for 22 minutes. We'll take it out and we'll have a picture available for you with the post. The nutrition information with this makes 12 brownies. They are 205 calories per brownie, 2 grams of net carb. That's right, 2 grams of net carb and 4 grams of protein. So if you wanted to have 2 of these, you could do that and not feel so guilty. I hope you're all having a wonderful evening. This is your sweet deal for the night.